Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Fair warning guys, I am exhausted from work today, so this is gonna be a doozy. Hello Fable, hello Sueton, hello Gotcha. Oh, Gotcha donated, let me read that out real quick. Where is it? There it is. Let me refresh the page. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Just gotta work for one more day. Thank you, Gotcha, for the $1. Take that, Fable. What have you been up to while I've been away? Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. You can't have the first dono. Oh, my throat hurts. Hello, Dipper. Hello, Monzo. Hello, Maximus. Alright. Alright. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more of a low energy kind of stream. Just gonna be chilling. Gonna be vibing. Tonight, we are going to be playing more Doki Doki Literature Club. We might beat it. I don't know if we will, but we might. Guess we'll see how it goes. We have now peeled away the mask that the game was putting on. And now we are playing the real game, the real Doki Doki Literature Club. We now know that Monica is just actually in control of, like, everything. It looks like she knows she's in a video game, and outright deleted Sayori from the game files, because last stream we read about her accidentally breaking the game and deleting Sayori because it would just be easier that way, and now we're doing a whole Gaster situation where the entire timeline and universe was rewritten to exist without any complications, with Sayori being not existing. I worded that so terribly. Sayori just does not exist anymore. Sayori was never a thing, and the universe is rewritten to where that can be a possibility, and it can be fine, yeah. I feel like I could be saying that better, but I'm tired brain. Yeah. I'm not gonna sleep to the sleepy sprite yet, because I think I got some energy left, but I probably will later. Yeah. Monica will be in my files. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Monzo, about the internet. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. I love the music in this game. It's so good. Alright, we are starting day 2 of Act 2. Everyone pay attention to the music because it's going to be changing frequencies and pitches, and it's going to be really weird. Hi again, Jason. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Jason. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. The background is zooming in. If you look at the desks on the right, you can see it slowly zooming in. Oh, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you just plan to come in here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Jason. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Natsuki shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So, wait. I didn't mean it like that. Tom, did I accidentally skip something? Oh, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Sorry, I accidentally hit one of these buttons. Wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. Oh, no, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked up a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so I'm sure it will keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. There we go. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick up some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. Ugh! Forgot the British. Just catching up on the chat. British, I forgot. If we let the background zoom all the way, I don't think it will ever stop. I don't know. Alright. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Fucking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What is the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just going to mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't really admit that you're into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? Well, I heard you bring it up at one point. Besides, it's kinda written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. Hello, Gentleman Spider. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. There's a lone volume of manga amidst the stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Oh, my chest hurts. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. Then she turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the wrist. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. Hello, Committal. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass of that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Jason. Consider this a don't judge a book Don't judge a book. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Don't just stand there. Ugh. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out to the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She pats the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Eh? Why is that? Oh, I guess it is easier to be closer together like this. Don't say that! Don't make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches in closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kinda grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough for it to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince one of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. It's like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up to them without them all being like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? It just makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Well, maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you just gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. It looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah. Natsuki. Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish her sentence before she's stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Jason. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? Well, alright. That's, yep. There's nothing but void outside the windows. It's just really bright. Not the F-bombs. Wonder if I can figure out what Natsuki's saying there. It depends if there's actually text there that's just blacked out, or if it's just a font of blacked out stuff. It depends, I suppose. Tell her tomorrow. Let's see. Okay, so I need to pull up my thing so I can follow the route that I want to go on. Okay, just down the list. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only if I shared mine with her first. Okay, well let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. Ugh. In fact, remember how I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Ugh. Well, maybe I'd be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me this dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, that's not great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or loss that she liked my poem. Oh my gosh, the earlier parts of this game, it hurts so much when you learn that, like, especially with Natsuki, when you learn that she has so much stuff going on at home. With her dad and everything. It's like, no wonder she's like this. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helped bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decide to humor her with that last comment. I really don't care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish her reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. Might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are typical in new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into even writing a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure what Yuri's I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, bathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Hyperlinked block. Don't be mean to Natsuki. She's being starved at my home. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you so long to read. Well, I just don't read script often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. I also liked the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Jason. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences into their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. And that's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Monica! Hi, Jason. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Jason. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. That's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Jason. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So, take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then you should probably keep snacks on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or really leave any food in the house, so she's in a pretty fussy mood often. Sometimes she just loses all her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. It's just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls, you know? Oh, sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's just because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Okay. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, why is water giving me a lot of, burps in my chest? Confused, I frantically glance around my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling behind tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very, Freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between the words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was that the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say I've had a sort of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. So just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll eventually get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Too soon, Fable. Oh, that key change. That was not pretty to listen to. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they are just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. I accidentally double-clicked because these things are really close together. They gingerly exchange pieces of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch as their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, while meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What is with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk in one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you really have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Jason did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Jason liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. You're just jealous that Jason appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you just that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. You know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size as soon as Jason started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wannabe edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think that you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Oh, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Jason hear everything you really think. I'm sure I'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Jason, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Oh. Oh, jeez. Yuri. Hey, Jason? Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry, about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside as soon as they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I'd never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if it makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms in her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it! I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Jason, please don't hate me. Please, I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home if you want. Yuri looks at me as if she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Jason. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I really don't have much of a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but oh boy. We are, yeah. But I really appreciate you understand. Wow. Alright. See what everyone thinks about that. This music fire, it really is. Damn, jeez, damn. The music in this game sells the tone so well, honestly. It does, Dipper, it really does. Oh shit, that's too far. They both said some really nasty things. Oh. Poem time! Alright, let's get to... Let me do my little check marks so I know how far I've gotten in my route. I have it all saved in my notes on my phone. I need 16 Natsukis and 4 Yuris. So let me get to my words. Alright, so let's see, what was it? 16. Jeez, that's a lot. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh my god. And then the rest of these can be her. There we go. Does certain stuff happen if you get specific amounts of words for each color? Yep. It'll, yeah, you'll get more time with each character whenever you do that. Let me go ahead and save. Tiffany. Yeah, if you pick more Yuri words, you'll get more Yuri scenes. If you get more Natsuki, you'll get more Natsuki scenes. It kind of, you know. It's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Jason. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki's reading manga at a desk. And surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think that we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri? I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe you were just a little sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I've already decided there's no way that you can be a bad person. Now that you're apologizing, I know that you really didn't mean it.
Jason, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad you joined this club. Everything's a little brighter with you around, and, oh, sorry, what am I saying right now?
Hey, have you guys seen Monica? No, I haven't. I was kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her.
No, I haven't.
Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on.
So, Yuri, what